dedicated to using the highest quality coffee from Africa, but it also offers a new type of cultural experience. Ellen Taylor spent time at Boon Boona in Renton and has a look at the East African coffee ceremony that you can be a part of.
Have you ever experienced an East African coffee ceremony? If you've been with us this morning, then you are two-thirds of the way through. We're going through step 3 right now. We are at Boon Boona in downtown Renton. This is, your traditional coffee shop too, but also bringing the roots of this East African coffee ceremony to the Great Northwest. I'm here with Ephraim. He is the owner of Boon Boona. Now, we've been making this all morning because, again, this East African coffee ceremony does take some time.
Yeah.
What is it for those of us who may not have seen the earlier segments or have never even heard of it before?
Yeah, so what it is we basically take the full process into coffee. So we go from green coffee, and then we roast it, kind of medium darkish, and then we grind it, and then we brew it in the traditional jebena. And the jebena is a clay pot, and we've been doing this process in East Africa for hundreds and hundreds of years. Before an espresso machine was ever in existence, we were using jebenas in the east part of Africa.
And now Barry has been performing this ceremony all morning long, and now we've got our coffee in the jebena. Barry, what's next? Because I've noticed there's a filter, but not a filter like I've seen one before. What did you put in that spout?
So I put a little filter on there, and what it does is it just filters out the grounds to make sure that it doesn't get into your cup when you're consuming it.
Now, Barry, how long have you been partaking in these ceremonies? Because you had mentioned that your mom did this too growing up. So what's your earliest memory of partaking in this?
As young as elementary school, as far as sitting around and being interested in all the different pieces and the sounds and the smells. And then probably a little later, about after high school, when I actually started to consume it myself.
Because you can actually drink the coffee, because no parent, I would imagine, wants to give their elementary school kid coffee, especially strong coffee at that. So while we're waiting for that to cool down, because I think we're at the consumption stage, right?
We are at the consumption stage, yes.
But while we're waiting for that to cool down, I do want to show you that Barry did even write a book, a children's book about the East African coffee ceremony too. She said she felt inspired after her 1-year-old kind of saw her doing this and was like, well, I should just write a book about it. So it's adorable. How long do we have to wait before we can try that?
Just a few minutes, probably like about a good under 5 minutes, pretty much. Yeah.
Are we at that 5-minute point yet?
Maybe about 3 minutes left.
Okay, we got about 3 minutes left. But can I come in and do this ceremony or take part in this ceremony anytime?
Yeah, so we do it on Saturdays and Sundays, 12 p.m. until 5 p.m., every hour on the hour, and on our website you can always book a spot, make reservations for it, or come into the cafe and make reservations, or walk in even sometimes,
And again, this East African coffee ceremony is all about bringing the family together, having conversations, and creating that spot over a cup of coffee, which is what we're doing anyway. So if you want to come by, check them out. Boon Boona is in downtown Renton. I'll put links to all of this up at our website on q13fox.com/Ellen. But I am going to hurry up and bag this jebena to cool down so that way we can try this coffee. But in the meantime, I'm going to send it back on over to you guys.
Still ahead this morning.